Yes, and welcome back to the 94 Club for your daily dose of country music. Hey, look, this week I'm recording a day later than usual. I had a little bit of a hangover yesterday, so I thought, we'll give it till Sunday and then we'll record and upload and all that good stuff. Anyway, this week on the channel, we've got Olo McKinley, Jason Isbell, Tyler Childers, Coulter Wall, Benjamin Todd, Turnpike Troubadours and Eric Church to take us into the weekend. So 2 new artists we're featuring. The others have been on the channel already. I'm just excited. I think there's some good music coming up this week. We're going with some of the more popular ones that have been requested on the channel. So yeah, let's get it. Let's see what we've got today. Right, so we are back on the channel. It's Monday. We've got Jason Isbell again. This time we're going with If We Were Vampires. I know after I did Elephants, this one was heavily requested. I don't know what it's going to be about, but I get the feeling this week is going to be full of sort of deep and meaningful songs. Hopefully, sort of as we get towards the weekend, I'm going to upload some more upbeat things. Just remember we've got Turnpike coming up as well. But for now, Jason Isbell, If We Were Vampires. I don't even know. The thing is with Elephant, I couldn't really tell what that was going to be about. Obviously, it was about the elephant in the room. For If We Were Vampires, I don't really know what it's about, but I know obviously being a vampire is about sucking the life out of someone, so I don't know if we're going down that route. He's a fantastic storyteller, so I don't even think I can sort of guess at this stage. So we're going to get into it. We're going to see what we think. This, I believe, is a live session as well, so... and I prefer those. You get that sort of richness in the voice and it feels really authentic, and you remove any sort of that production. So we'll get into it now and we'll see what we think.
It's not the long flowing dress that you're in, or the light coming off of your skin, the fragile heart you've protected for so long, or the mercy in your sense of right and wrong. It's not your hand searching slow in the dark, or your nails leaving love's watermark. It's not the way you talk me off the roof. Your questions like directions to the truth.
How powerful are those two? I mean, we've spoke before about Jason Isbell being such a fantastic songwriter. I'm 99% sure he's wrote this. Yeah, he's wrote it. Cool. So we've got that sense of imagery again, and it's taking you to a place, that long flowing dress that you're in, or the light coming off your skin. You get in this sense of like a natural beauty kind of thing. The fragile heart you've protected for so long. She's a vulnerable person, or the mercy in your sense of right and wrong. Like, you're passionate and compassionate with the way that you act and behave. Your hand searching slow in the dark. That's a little kind of like passionate, and obviously that's relating to making love and that kind of thing. And nails leaving love's watermark, and obviously that's the scratches. But these two lines, it's not the way you taught me off the roof. Your questions like directions to the truth. It's like, well, you've stopped me from committing suicide or pushing myself down a certain path that I didn't want to go down, and you did that by asking all the right questions. You weren't telling me, you were just providing a platform for me to express how I feel. So asking questions like, are you sure you want to do this? Have you thought about this? That kind of thing. They're better asking questions. It's better to ask questions than say this is the way that you should be feeling. So that's super strong. We're going to carry on now. I don't want to keep pausing it, but yeah, that kind of just took me by surprise. It didn't take me by surprise. I know he's a good songwriter, but let's carry on.
Knowing that this can't go on to spend some days alone. Maybe we'll get 40 years together. One day I'll be gone. One day you'll be gone. If we were vampires and death was a joke, we'd go out on the sidewalk and smoke and laugh at all the lovers and their plans. I wouldn't feel the need to hold your hand. Maybe time running out is a gift. I'll work hard till the end of my shift to give you every second I can find, and hope it isn't me who's left behind, knowing that this can't go on forever. Likely one of us will have to spend some days alone. Maybe we'll get 40 years together, but one day I'll be gone. One day you'll be gone. Knowing that this can't go on forever. Likely one of us will have to spend some days alone. Maybe we'll get 40 years together, but one day I'll be gone. One day you'll be gone.
I think songs like this, they obviously get you in your head because he's been in his head, and that's why he's had to write this song to get out the way he feels, and it's absolutely perfect. I mean, I don't know. Here's what I think, right? I think too many people take life for granted and don't think about the things that matter, the family, friends. I know a lot of us on this channel do, which is why we fully appreciate music like this, because it gets us back in our heads and makes us think about the things that we care about. And it's a beautiful reminder of the fact that we should do that. And you can sort of apply this to anything, and you know, maybe we'll get 40 years together. He's basically saying that you know, this is a limited amount of time, and the reason he thinks that it's a gift is because if it wasn't a gift, now picture it yourself, right? If we all lived forever, we'd take nothing for granted. You know, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's guaranteed, right? So how would you ever feel so strongly and passionate about something? I just don't think people would. So the fact that everything is finite and it's not guaranteed, you have to embrace things and people and love as hard as you can possibly love, because he's saying it here like it's not guaranteed, it's not forever, and he paints it so beautifully, and you can put yourself in their shoes because it's so relatable, but it's not generic relatable. There's not many things like this. I mean, what we're going to do right now is we are going to go through the lyrics. You know, I touched on that first verse already, and those two lines, some of the strongest lines I've ever heard in a song. It's not the way you talk me off the roof, your questions like directions to the truth. So we'll pick up from there. Obviously the chorus, it's knowing that this can't go on forever. Likely one of us will have to spend some days alone. Maybe we'll get 40 years together, but one day I'll be gone, or one day you'll be gone. Like, obviously that is just life, right? We do things as, like, not many of us want to do things alone and go it alone. And I personally feel like I'm still young, obviously, and the only pressure I put on myself is finding the right person, and every day I don't find them is a day wasted. Well, it's not a day wasted because you spend it with other loved ones and you create memories and stuff, but there's a pressure that I think some of us put on ourselves to go, I have to find the right person, which is quite a dangerous place to be in, but once you find them and you get into a position like this, it's beautiful. So then he goes on and he says, if we were vampires and death was a joke, we'd go out on the sidewalk and smoke and laugh at all the lovers and their plans. I wouldn't feel the need to hold your hand like that. That for me is where we're touching on that take things for granted, and you would take the piss out of other people that actually felt things and felt emotion and felt love and felt that kind of thing. And he would joke about it. But in that joke and that humour is never going to be as strong as what those people are feeling. Maybe time running out is a gift, and that's what I touched on. Like, if time didn't run out and we didn't have a limited amount of time to feel and love and that kind of thing. And I think we're super blessed in that regard to have the amount of time that we have. But time's relative. We'll get into that another time. But you know, he says, I'll work hard to the end of my shift and give you every second I can find, and hope it isn't me who's left behind. Like, I just think it happens a lot. I mean, it's kind of relatable in some way, but when you see someone pass and their partner's left without them, they do look lost. And I think humans are so capable of forming those strong connections where it's not like you're dependent on the other person, but you just care for them so much that you just couldn't, like, life wouldn't be the same without them. So it's beautiful. And then, yeah, we go back through that chorus again. So here's the interesting thing, right? And this is why it's super relatable for me. It's relatable for me from like a family perspective of I've got a lot of love for people in my family, and I'm gonna sound like I'm waffling a little bit, but you ask questions on like how can you take their message and their meaning and take it with you in life after they're gone. And one of the ways for me personally was getting tattoos, because for some people they get them because they look good and they're aesthetically cool and whatever, and I have put like a spin on mine, but I've got 3 tattoos so far that are all like paying homage to my grandparents in a way. There's a motorbike, there's a fox, and there is a horse on the top of my arm, and they all relate to different things. Like, one of my granddads was super into horse racing, so that's why I've got the horse. One of my granddads, or both my granddads, had a bad accident on a motorbike, and that bad accident, although it was negative, kind of led to kind of us being here, and everything sort of happens for a reason and that kind of thing. So that's why I got a motorbike. And then the fox is because that's the mascot of our football club, and yeah, I go to the football every weekend with my granddad and my dad and my brother, and that's kind of what that's there for there. So they mean stuff. And what I'm trying to say is, I guess, although I'm waffling a little bit, I'm trying to say that there are ways that we cannot be lost without them, and we just have to remind ourselves this is a good way for me to do it. Other people keep memorabilia and heirlooms and stuff like that, and they're good reminders. And what that does is you go, okay, well, these are all the best things I know about that person, and I'm going to keep that within myself. There's still one more I need to get up here, by the way, but you kind of use the good things about people in your family that you care about, and you use it as a moral compass, and that kind of thing. But I think in Jason's case, in this song, this is about forming that strong relationship with a woman that because you spend 24 hours a day with for 40 years, you get to the point where you know that you wouldn't be able to live without them, and it's kind of a lonely place to get to. But what a songwriter, man! Like, Jason Isbell is, I don't know if I've heard anyone who's can express, and I said before, listening to Elephant was like reading a novel and watching a film, but for me, I don't know if there's anyone else who can write exactly how I feel about things and about people as well as Jason can. So let me know if there's anything else you want to see. I know Cover Me Up's a big one. I know Morgan Wallen's covered it. I don't know whether to look at the Morgan Wallen version or the Jason Isbell, but in country music, when someone covers someone else, that's a sign of ultimate respect. And I like Morgan Wallen, and the fact that he's covered Jason Isbell is good. But yeah, man, you're top tier, man. You're going to go down in history for sure. And I'm listening to so many more of your songs, and they just give me clarity to how I feel, and I appreciate the fact that you do that for us. But anyway, just let me know what you all think of the song. I know a lot of you requested it, so I know hopefully you can share a lot and talk on it. But so get involved in the comments, please. I'd appreciate that. But anyway, this has been a long video. I've waffled on a lot. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest videos. And please, please, please hit that subscribe button. Come and join the 94 Club community. We'll be happy to have you. It's a beautiful community, and everyone gets involved in the comments when we upload. And yeah, it's just good fun and it's shared experiences and that. So yeah, let's catch up there. But anyway, for now, that's me. We're going to be back with some Tyler Childers tomorrow. I'll see you then. Thank you. Peace.